We're live from the Sullivan Center and set to start part two of our doubleheader today between St. Francis and Trinity Christian. Fighting Saints women just picked up a blowout victory over their counterparts from Trinity, and now the men will try to do the same. St. Francis 6-12 with a 4-8 conference record. Trinity is 5-12 with a 1-9 mark in the CCAC so far this year. Terry Bonadonna with you for the next few hours as the Saints trying to stamp out of a losing streak. Lewis Holy at midcourt to go up against James Pennington for the tip. It's won by Holy, but tipped towards the sideline and chased down by DeAndre DeYoung. And it's Trinity Christian who gets the first possession of the game. The Trolls are in navy blue, going from left to right here in the first half. The Saints are in their home whites, going from right to left. Three-pointer from the top of the key, misses from Eric Cohn, and the rebound is knocked out to Eric Ting, the Saints point guard. Ting gives it up to Arnold Agard. Inside Lewis Holy. Holy backing in on Overway. Hook shot is good. Good start for the Fighting Saints. They lead 2-0. You've met most of the starters for the Saints already. Their guards are Malik Bailey, Arnold Agard, and Eric Ting. Their forwards, Joey Bajimi and Lewis Holy. For the Trinity Christian Trolls, it's James Pennington, TJ Lacey, and DeAndre DeYoung in the backcourt. The forwards are Eric Cohn and Vince Overway. Three-pointer is good for DeAndre DeYoung. And Trinity leads for the first time today. It's 3-2 in the first minute of action. Eric Ting, second in the conference in assists. Passed it off to Malik Bailey. Down low to Holy, backdoor pass to Agard, and Arnold Agard is fouled going up for the reverse layup. Great find by Lewis Holy, and Agard gets himself to the free throw line. Arnold Agard is in the starting lineup for the second consecutive game for St. Francis. Ryan Marks has changed things up the last few times out, as Agard's first free throw attempt is good. Joey Bajimi is starting for the third consecutive game after he had only started once all year. Arnold Agard starting for the second straight time. He had not started all season prior to Wednesday. He makes 1 of 2 from the line. We're tied at 3. Here come the Trolls, led by TJ Lacey, the junior guard out of Chicago. He gives it up to James Pennington. Pennington drives, layup is good over Malik Bailey. Nice drive by James Pennington. He is the best scorer on the team this season for Trinity. Pennington entered today's game averaging just over 15 points per contest. Lewis Holy gives it to Eric Ting. Ting gets the screen, bounces back inside to Holy, and Holy lays it up and in. We're tied at 5. Good passing early on in this game for the Fighting Saints. Ting picks up his first assist of the afternoon. Ting is now guarding TJ Lacey, who has the ball. Now off to the right side, DeAndre DeYoung, three-pointer misses short. Rebound Joey Bajimi, and the Saints want to run. It's Arnold Agard pushing it ahead for Malik Bailey. Bailey fakes the three, now he drives, gives it up to Holy. Holy didn't have an angle, so he dribbles back outside. Into the corner, Malik Bailey for three, in and out. Rebounded by DeAndre DeYoung. Trolls and the Saints tied at 5. Trinity basketball. It's Pennington faking the three. Working fast in on Bailey. Kicks it outside. Three-point attempt is good for TJ Lacey. First three of the game for TJ Lacey. Lacey, a junior out of Chicago, Illinois, scoring 10 points per game. One of 4 double-digit scorers per game for the Trolls. Fighting Saints have just 2 guys averaging 10 or better. One of them on the bench right now is Lewis Holy, misses from close range, and the rebound tapped out of bounds by Holy. Cole Mysick is St. Francis' leading scorer for the season, averaging better than 12 points per game. He is coming off the bench for the second consecutive contest, though. Saints put on the trap, but TJ Lacey gets it across half court. Wing down to the corner, three-point attempt, Vince Overway, no good. Rebound towards the baseline, it's saved by Trinity. TJ Lacey driving around Ting, he lays it up and in. 5 in a row for TJ Lacey, and he's broken a 5-5 tie to give his team the lead. And now here's Lewis Holy for the Fighting Saints. Holy in the bright green shoes picks it up at the three-point line and passes off to Eric Ting. Ting cuts from the right. Pull-up jumper off the mark. Rebound to Trinity. Here comes Pennington across half court. He's fouled by Arnold Agard. Pennington is flying up and down the floor right now, picking up the tempo in today's game, and that time he forced Arnold Agard into a foul that he certainly didn't want to commit, far from the basket. Lacey set to inbound. He gets it to Pennington. High post. Turns to face the basket. Working on Malik Bailey. Jump shot is no good. A high arcer. Rebound tipped back towards half court, and Eric Ting watches it go out of bounds. Last touch by Trinity. Saints basketball from around the half court line. 16:27 to play, first half. 10-5, Trinity leads. Ting inbounds up top to Joey Bajimi, off to the right side. This is Arnold Agard. Agard waits for Lewis Holy to come with the screen. Now dribbles to the left. Lobbed inside for Holy, who's struggling to get a grip on the ball. Knocked out of bounds by Pennington. 21 on the shot clock. Agard will inbound from underneath the hoop. Up top, it's Eric Ting. Pennington on the defense here as the ball is bounced to the left elbow for Lewis Holy. Holy with 13 to shoot, hands it to Agard. Pull up from just beyond the free throw line is good. Arnold Agard's got 3 early points for the Fighting Saints. He and Lewis Holy have done all the scoring so far. They trail by 3. Here's Lacey. Lacey dribbles it towards the corner, passes back outside. Eric Cohn. Cohn slows things down with 15 to shoot. He bounces twice, picks up his dribble, and now hands it off to TJ Lacey. Lacey drives to the left. Outside DeAndre DeYoung for 3. No good. Rebound Cohn. Back up with it. Cohn misses on the second opportunity, and Lewis Holy grabs the board. Handed off to Arnold Agard. Agard moving quickly for St. Francis, but he slows it down across half court. Here's Eric Ting on the right side for the Fighting Saints. Ting down to the corner for Malik Bailey. Bailey dribbles it outside. Nice fake on TJ Lacey, steps inside the arc, misses on the shot. Joey Bajimi keeps it alive for the Fighting Saints, and they get a new opportunity here with 20 on the shot clock. Second chance on this possession for the Fighting Saints. It's Eric Ting around a screen. He steps into a three-pointer. It's perfect. Eric Ting ties it up at 10. Third time we've been tied in the early going of today's game. 10-10 as the Saints have scored 5 straight. Here's TJ Lacey bouncing inside, threading the needle, but DeYoung misses on the layup. He thought he was fouled, didn't get the call. Eric Ting moving quickly the other direction. Holy off to Bajimi, and now Holy back for 3. It's no good, off the rim. Rebounded by Trinity. 10-10 tie, 14:40 to play. First half. Here's Lacey on the drive, creating the contact. He draws the foul off of Eric Ting as he misses the shot. He will go to the line for 2 free throws. First foul on Eric Ting. It's the second one committed by St. Francis in this first half. It sends TJ Lacey to the free throw line, where this season he's hit on only 55% of his shots. He makes the first this time. Subs across the board for St. Francis. Only Malik Bailey and Eric Ting remain in. Mitch Quasigro, Josh Cherry, and Cole Mysick are on the floor. Trinity brings on Pat Bray. Free throw is good. 2 of 2 from the line. 12-10 Trinity Christian. Jerry Keys is on the floor for the first time for Trinity as well. Eric Ting off on the right side. Passes up to Malik Bailey. Bailey bounces to Josh Cherry at the left elbow. Cherry fakes the handoff, now turns towards the basket. Handed back to Malik Bailey. Bailey on the drive, blocked. The ball is loose underneath the hoop, picked up by Mitch Quasigro. Layup misses, but Malik Bailey is there with the tip. Saints stuck with it, eventually got a point on their third opportunity, 12 up. Here's Cohn in the corner for Trinity, trying to answer with a 3, and he does. 3-pointer for Eric Cohn, a freshman from Elmhurst. He's got his first 3 of the game. Trinity Christian, every time we've been tied, has been able to jump back in and get the next basket. Here's Mitch Quasigro working down low against Jerry Keys, and Keys got a little handsy. Foul called. 13:47 on the clock. It's the first foul on Jerry Keys. It's the second on the team. Eric Ting is the inbounder. Ting bounces to Josh Cherry. The ball is knocked away, loose. It goes out of bounds, and last touch by Trinity. Nice work by Cherry to force Pat Bray to touch that ball last. 18 to shoot, Saints basketball. Eric Ting bounces underneath for Mitch Quasigro. Good positioning for Quasigro, can't get the shot to go, and it's rebounded by Jerry Keys. TJ Lacey takes it down the floor for Trinity. Passed off for Pennington. Pennington up top, walks to the left side, passes in that direction. It's Lacey. Back up to Eric Cohn, now to the right side. This is Pat Bray. Bray bounces once, finds Pennington down low. Pennington off the glass and in. Eric Ting over pursued, trying to get the steal off the pass, and it turned into an easy bucket. Pennington's got 4 points, again averaging better than 15 per game for the season. Eric Ting around a screen from Quasigro, bounces into the cutting Quasigro who misses on the layup. Quasigro's had a couple of good looks the last few possessions, hasn't been able to capitalize, and now a chance for Trinity to extend the lead beyond 5. Pennington's runner rims out, gets his own rebound, back up with it and gets a good roll. That hung on the rim for a long time, but eventually fell for Pennington, who's now got 6 points. His team is on a 7-0 run. They've got their biggest lead so far. Eric Ting on the left wing. Lobs it for Josh Cherry. The alley-oop is good on the layup. A beautiful pass from Eric Ting. He's got a couple of early assists. First points for Josh Cherry. The deficit for St. Francis is 5. This is Bray down low on the baseline, guarded by Malik Bailey. Bray pulls it out, passes up top to Cone. Eric Cone dribbles a few times, runs into traffic and passes back outside. James Pennington. 10 on the shot clock. Step back two-pointer for Pennington. No good. There's a whistle underneath the basket, a foul on Trinity. Shot was let loose before the foul. If it had gone in, it would have counted for Pennington. But it did not go, and the foul goes against Jerry Keys. That's 2 fouls on Keys. And the Saints bring in 2 more subs. Jarrett Gamazel and Carlos Tavias are in. So 5 reserves on the floor right now for Ryan Marks, although Cole Mysick is one of those reserves, and he started all but 2 games this year. One of the 2 is today. Josh Cherry on the drive, lays it up and in with a foul. Josh Cherry's been impressive here in the first half. He has made it a 1-possession game and can cut into the deficit by 1 more point with this free throw. Cherry just 4 of 9 from the line this year, but now he's at 50%. It's just a 2-point game with 12 minutes to go in the first half. Cross half court, it's DeAndre DeYoung. DeYoung gives it up to Narelle Lacey just in off the bench. Lacey finds Vince Overway, who misses on the layup. Cherry shovels it off to Cole Mysick. Here come the Saints. Mysick on the drive, dishes it outside. Mitch Quasigro had the 3, shuffled his feet though, didn't get rid of it. So instead he drives, kicks out to Tavias. Now it's Gamazel. Gamazel with a good fake, cuts inside, passes back out to Quasigro. Over to Gamazel. This time he takes the 3 and hits it. Saints lead. First lead for St. Francis since it was 2-0. They've scored the last 8 points consecutively. 20-19 Saints. Here's Overway to take the lead back. He misses short on the 3, and Gamazel comes away with the rebound. Jarrett Gamazel works fast. It's down the floor, pulls up at the top of the key. Gives it to Quasigro, back to Gamazel, all alone, another 3, and he hits again. 6 straight points for Jarrett Gamazel. The Saints have scored 11 in a row. Timeout called by Trinity Christian with 11:06 on the clock here in the first half. First time that Trinity's been in trouble in this first half. They've held the lead pretty much the whole way. But the 11-0 run for the Saints, which has been capped by back-to-back 3-pointers for Jarrett Gamazel, has forced Jason Hawkins to call his team to the bench to talk things over. Hawkins in his 2nd season with Trinity Christian. Struggling in conference this year with a 1-9 record. They were very respectable 4-3 outside of conference. But CCAC opponents have given them trouble, including these Fighting Saints. St. Francis took out Trinity Christian back in November by a 75-57 final. Trinity looked much sharper coming out today, but things have slowed down for them over the last few minutes. Those 2 3-pointers taken by Gamazel that he has hit on the last 2 possessions were both wide open. And that's something that Jason Hawkins would like to put a stop to on the defensive end, hence the timeout. Trinity's only conference victory this year came against a team that had their number the last time out, Indiana South Bend, who's been good in conference. It's kind of a surprise victory. Trinity Christian pulled that one off, but South Bend got them back by a big margin last week, and so Trinity's trying to get back on the horse today and give St. Francis a fight, looking for their 2nd conference victory of the year. Coming out of the timeout, Gamazel, Tobias, and Misick are in the front court, looking to create a trap somewhere. TJ Lacey takes it across the timeline. No problem at all there for Trinity. Now it's Pennington. Pennington's got 6 points so far in the game for the Trolls. Trying to create some magic right here. He spins down the lane, floats it towards the basket, off the back iron, no good. But the rebound is tapped back to Norrell Lacey. Over to TJ Lacey. Lacey drives, kicks into the corner. Pennington for three. Air ball. Rebounded by Cole Misick. Misick pushing it ahead for Gamazel. Gamazel's hit 2 threes in a row. This time he elects to pass out of it. Back to Misick. Misick way out near the midcourt circle. Walks it to the right side. He tries a deep three and drains it. Cole Misick from the outside makes this a 14-0 St. Francis run. They've hit their last 3 3-pointers in a row. 26-19. Trinity had their biggest lead at 7 points. Now the Saints have a 7-point lead, but Lacey connects on the layup to end the 14-0 run. That's TJ Lacey, who's got 9 points already in the game. He and Pennington have combined for 15 of their 21. Still a 5-point lead for the Saints, though, as Carlos Tobias passes it to the top of the key, and Cole Misick. Now on the right side, it's Gamazel. Around a screen from Mitch Quasigro, picked up by TJ Lacey. Back to Quasigro. He tries a three. That's 4 in a row for the Saints. Throw in Josh Cherry's 3-point play with a layup and a foul. Saints have 5 consecutive 3-point possessions. Here's TJ Lacey, picked up by Tobias. Up top to Norrell Lacey. Now on the right side, DeAndre DeYoung for 3. He cannot answer. The red-hot Saints come down with the rebound. Cole Misick on the run. Misick down to the corner. Tobias tries for 3, and he hits. St. Francis has hit 5 straight 3-pointers from 4 different players. Their lead is 11 points, 32-21, and Trinity Christian has been forced to call another timeout. 2 timeouts called in the last 2 minutes. This is an incredible run of shooting for the Fighting Saints, who came into play today having shot 37% on 3-pointers for the year. Gamazel hit 2, Misick hit 1 from deep, then Quasigro, and now Carlos Tobias has added to the fun. And as I said before, you can throw in the fact that Josh Cherry hit on a 3-point play a few minutes ago as well. He had a layup and then hit the free throw. That immediately preceded their 5 straight 3-pointers. So really, 5 players on the floor right now, and in the last couple of minutes, on their last 6 possessions, each one of them has come up with at least 1 3-point play. The Saints are shooting the ball better than they have in a long time, and they've got a big 32-21 lead on Trinity Christian, not yet 11 minutes into the game. Huge scoring numbers so far in this one for St. Francis. Here's Trinity. This is Pennington getting it across half court, guarded by Cole Misick. He picks up his dribble, passes off to the right side, and Eric Cohn. Cohn guarded by Jared Gamazel over to DeAndre DeYoung. Down low for Pennington. Pennington gets Misick in the air and draws the foul. James Pennington is going to the free throw line. 9:01 on the clock. Cole Misick has his first foul. James Pennington, just a 60% shooter from the line. Has 2 shots coming his way. It was the 3rd foul on St. Francis this half. Pennington's first free throw is on the money. 32-22. St. Francis had been on a 20-2 run. Still an impressive 20-3 run right now. Pennington adds another one. 8 points now for Pennington. He and Lacey have combined for 17 of their team's 23. Jared Gamazel over to Joey Bajimi. Came in for Josh Cherry during the whistle. Here's Gamazel on the drive. Gamazel forces one up and scores on a floater. Gamazel that time decided to eschew his team's recent propensity for 3-pointers. Worked out just fine. He got 2 out of it. The lead is back to 11 for St. Francis. Here's Pennington. Pennington in the corner, kicks it out. 3-point attempt overway, no good. Rebounded by Tobias. Tobias on the run, gives it back to Gamazel. Deep 3, Jared Gamazel. This one is an air ball. Nothing but net that time from Gamazel, but on the wrong side of the net. That ends the run of 5 consecutive 3-pointers made by St. Francis, and I think just a heat check there from Gamazel, probably not the wisest shot. Lewis Holy and Malik Bailey are back in, so is Arnold Agard. Misick, Tobias, and Quasigro head to the bench. So the starters are on the floor for the most part for St. Francis. Gamazel is on instead of Eric Ting. Cone into Pennington. Pennington jump stop in the paint, and he lays it in. Nice drive from James Pennington. 34-25, Trinity making sure this remains a game. On the left wing, it's Jared Gamazel with under 8 minutes to play in the first half. Joey Bajimi starts his drive on Cone, picks the ball up and passes out to Malik Bailey. 14 on the shot clock. Bailey backs it out, bounces to Lewis Holy. Holy's got 4 points so far. He hands it off to Malik Bailey. Bailey with a nice fake, drives. His runner is in and out, and it ends up falling out, but the rebound goes to St. Francis. Bailey back to Gamazel. Gamazel gives it up to Bailey in the lane, and Bailey scores on the layup. Extra pass from Gamazel, and it works out to perfection. A nice assist, 4 points for Malik Bailey. 11-point lead, St. Francis. Here's Overway on the left side for Trinity Christian. Overway starts his drive, now kicks it out to Cone. Cone just inside the free throw line, misses too strong on a jumper. Rebound to St. Francis, and on the run, it's Jared Gamazel. Gamazel picked up by TJ Lacey, scoops up the ball, throws it off of Lacey, and it rolls out of bounds. Gamazel got himself trapped right there. Had nothing to do but throw it off the defender, and it is going to allow St. Francis to keep the basketball as Gamazel checks out. Eric Ting is back in, so now it is all 5 starters on the floor for the Saints with 7 minutes minus a second to go in the first half. Arnold Agard inbounds it to Joey Bajimi, and the Saints pull it up top. Eric Ting bounces to Lewis Holy. Holy runs right into Eric Cone, or rather Cone ran right into Holy, and the foul is called on Cone. Joey Bajimi was racing around from the right side, and the man who was chasing him, Eric Cone, went head first into the guy with the ball. It's a play you don't see all that often. The foul does go on Cone. Can't give it to Holy. He didn't really move. Inbound it to Joey Bajimi to the right side. Arnold Agard. Agard across to the left side. Joey Bajimi guarded by Cone. He drives, pulls up in the paint, forces up a shot, and misses off the side of the rim, but an offensive rebound for Eric Ting. Saints reset with a new 20 on the clock. Arnold Agard over to Eric Ting on the right side. 11 to shoot. Eric Ting drives, tries to spin his way towards the lane, and he travels. There's too many defenders in front of Eric Ting right there. He found himself in trouble, had nowhere to go with the ball, and ultimately took a step. 6:23 to play in the half. The lead is 11 for St. Francis. Cross half court to DeAndre DeYoung. DeYoung shovels it off to Keys, and Keys misses on a wide open layup. He wants that one back. He's not going to get it. The Saints have the ball instead. Eric Ting throws it off to nobody. Bajimi tries to save it, and he does, but right to Eric Cone. So it's a takeaway for Trinity. TJ Lacey on the drive, lays it up and in. Nice job by the Trolls there, taking advantage of a St. Francis mistake. The deficit for Trinity is back to single digits. Eric Ting for St. Francis walks it towards the right sideline, guarded by Pennington. Up top to Arnold Agard with 16 to shoot. Agard holds the basketball and throws it to the left side. Malik Bailey around a screen from Lewis Holy, and we've got a foul again against Trinity. It goes on TJ Lacey, the first on Lacey, 6th on the team. Next one will send the Saints to the free throw line. This one just creates an out-of-bounds play from the sideline. Eric Ting walks over to receive the basketball. Up top to Arnold Agard near midcourt. He bounces to Joey Bajimi, handed right back to Agard along the baseline. Agard loses a handle on the ball, and DeAndre DeYoung takes it away. Over to James Pennington, and Pennington gets across half court. Pennington drives, layup is good. 4 straight from Trinity Christian. They've converted on layups on back-to-back possessions. 36-29 the score. Joey Bajimi over to Arnold Agard on the left, down low to Lewis Holy. Holy up with the right hand, comes up short, grabs his own rebound, or at least tries to. It's knocked out of his hands by Pennington, but Pennington loses it out of bounds. 5:05 on the first half clock. It's still a Saints ball. The officials will talk something over before we get back to it. Tony Driscoll, John Masaglia, and Tom Warwick are the officials in today's game. Arnold Agard gets it into Eric Ting. Way up top, Joey Bajimi. Eric Cone gives him a little bit of space as he bounces the ball over to Lewis Holy. Holy hands it off to Malik Bailey coming around from the right. 7 seconds to shoot. Bailey drives down the lane, passes out towards Ting, deflected. Ting chases it down. 2 on the shot clock. Ting throws up a 3. It's good. Everything is falling from the outside for St. Francis right now. Even that desperation shot from Eric Ting. 6 points for Ting, a 9-point lead for St. Francis. That was a 2-pointer, not a 3. Still a long-range shot. Now the whistle blows. We've got a foul away from the ball on the Fighting Saints. First foul on Lewis Holy, and he leaves the game. Mitch Quasigro comes in. Ball sent in to TJ Lacey. Lacey gives it up top to James Pennington. Over to the left, it's Eric Cohn. 13 on the shot clock. Cohn gives it up to DeYoung. DeYoung drives on Quasigro. Down the lane, stripped by Quasigro. Take it away. Joey Bajimi picks up the loose ball. He flies down the floor. His layup is blocked from behind by Keys, but Bailey is there to follow. And Malik Bailey adds to his total, and the Saints. Bailey's got 6. The lead is 12 for St. Francis, and a timeout is called with 4:08 to play in the first half. It has been an electric first half, back and forth early on. And then St. Francis went on a 14-0 run to turn a 19-12 deficit into a 26-19 lead, and since then, there's been no looking back for the Fighting Saints as they lead it by 12 points. They've been lights out from the outside, 7 of 10 so far on three-pointers for St. Francis, shooting better than 50% overall from the field. And that has been the catalyst for their big early lead. Again, they beat this team by 18 points back in November. Trying to make it 2 straight against Trinity Christian. St. Francis has lost 4 games in a row overall, 7 of their last 8. This would be a big one to get for them, getting off to Schneid. Here's Pennington out of the timeout, holding on the left wing and dribbling it towards the top, shadowed by Eric Ting. Pass to Cohn, handed right back to Pennington. Pennington drives on Ting, kicks it outside to DeYoung. 12 seconds to shoot. DeAndre DeYoung kicks it into the corner. This is Pennington, spins around the defender. His jumper misses. DeYoung is there for the follow. DeAndre DeYoung has 5 points. He connects for the first time since the opening minute of action. The lead is still 10 for St. Francis. Here's Mitch Quasigro giving it up to Eric Ting. Ting drives around Pennington, who fell down, and an easy layup for Eric Ting. Once Pennington hit the ground, there was no stopping that play. Here's a 3-pointer from the left wing. No good from Cohn. Pennington gets the rebound, misses the putback. Joey Bajimi tracks down the rebound this time, and he's knocked to the ground. That's the 7th foul on Trinity Christian. So we'll walk it down to the other side of the floor where Bajimi's going to get 2 free throws. 12-point lead for St. Francis. They were given an extra point. I believe Eric Ting's shot from a few moments ago did go down as a 3-pointer rather than a 2. Otherwise, I missed something somewhere, but it is a 12-point game, 43-31. With 3:08 to play, and Joey Bajimi's at the free throw line. St. Francis is the best free throw shooting team in the country. Joey Bajimi towards the bottom end, stat-wise, in that category. He's 8 of 12, 1-1 here, and he makes the front end. As a team, the Saints are at 80% this year. And in today's game, they will be at 80% if he makes this one. And there you go, 4 of 5 for the Saints on the day. First 2 points for Joey Bajimi. Pass inside is stolen away by Malik Bailey. Saints come the other way with it. Malik Bailey dribbles it towards the left wing and passes back up top to Mitch Quasigro. Quasigro puts the ball on the floor, shovels it off to Mysick. Mysick leans into a shot, decides not to take it. Passes off to the right side for Bajimi instead. 12 to shoot. Back in the hands of Cole Mysick. Senior guard from California. Kicks it to the top of the key. Bajimi fires a 3, way off. Rebounded by Vince Overway. Here's DeYoung. DeYoung backing in, turns to face the basket and banks it in. DeAndre DeYoung now has 7 points. It's a 45-33 game with 2:25 to play. First half here at the Sullivan Center. Josh Cherry comes in for St. Francis. I'm not sure why play was stopped here, but both teams are making substitutions as long as the whistle is blown. Eric Ting across the timeline, passes to Malik Bailey. Up top, Cherry. To the left side, Eric Ting. Cole Mysick over to Malik Bailey on the right wing. Bailey drives, layup is blocked from behind by Pat Bray and out of bounds. It'll stay with St. Francis with 12 to shoot. Saints have put together one of their best offensive halves of the season. Bounced into Malik Bailey, the layup is good. So they're able to keep it going now, 47-33, and now a steal from Malik Bailey. He banks in another. 4 points in the span of about 3 seconds for Malik Bailey. He's got 10 for the game, and the Saints lead by a game-high 16 points. Here's Pat Bray on the right wing. Passing it up to TJ Lacey. Over to the left, this is Pennington. Down low for Bray, back out to Pennington. Pennington finds a cutting to Young. Layup, no, but a foul. DeAndre DeYoung is going to the free throw line as Bailey picks up his first foul, 5th on the team. DeYoung's got 7 points. His first free throw misses. DeYoung, Pennington, and TJ Lacey have combined for 30 of their team's 33 points. Only one 3-ball from Eric Cohn has seen any offense come from anyone but those 3 players. DeYoung makes 1 of 2 from the line here. 49-34. Jared Gamazel takes it the other way for the Saints. He bounces over to Malik Bailey with 1.5 minutes to go in the half. Cherry to Mysick on the right side. Mysick down low for Quasigro. Quasigro up over to Young and in. Saints shooting continues to be red hot. They're at well over 50% for the first half. TJ Lacey drives, stops inside, turns around and takes the shot with the right hand. Comes up a little bit short off the backboard. Bailey ahead for Jared Gamazel. Gamazel inside for Cherry. Cherry inside, scores, and a foul. Josh Cherry's got 7 points. Good find from Jared Gamazel. And Cherry withstood that contact and was able to connect for his 3rd field goal of the game. He hit on a 3-point play earlier with a free throw, and now he'll try to do the same here and make this a 20-point St. Francis lead. He does. Just 4 of 9 from the free throw line this season coming in. He's made both of his attempts, and he's got 8 points for the game. Here's DeYoung across half court. DeYoung down the lane, now kicked outside. TJ Lacey for 3, rattles it in. 3 more for TJ Lacey, who's got 14. Under a minute to play as the Saints take it down the floor, led by Jared Gamazel. Gamazel to Malik Bailey. Back to Gamazel. It was the reserves who sparked St. Francis's run today. Trying to do some more damage right now. Quasigro pulls up just inside the free throw line, hands it off to Mysick. Long 2 for Mysick is good. Everything is going down for the Saints. That was a well-contested shot. But a perfect stroke from Cole Mysick. Here's Trinity Christian's last possession of the half. Reverse layup does not go. The tip in does for James Pennington, who wanted the foul as well. Didn't get the call. 17-point lead for the Saints with 9 seconds to go before halftime. 6 seconds for Gamazel. He walks it to the right. Gamazel puts the ball behind his back. Step back, 2-pointer, no good. Rebounded by Trinity, and that's the end of the first half. An incredible offensive half for St. Francis. They put 56 on the board. They started slow. They were down 19-12. From that point on, though, they outscored Trinity Christian 44-20. Just a great first half shooting-wise for the Fighting Saints. We'll get to the numbers when we come back for the second half, but well over 50% from the field, over 50% on three-pointers as well for St. Francis. So it's break time. 15 minutes from now, we'll have the start of the second half. Right now, Saints lead 56-39. Second half coming up here at St. Francis. The Fighting Saints have a big halftime lead over Trinity Christian, 56-39. It didn't start out that way. The Trolls led this game 19-12, and then Ryan Marks called on his bench, and the bench did the trick. St. Francis's reserve squad outscored Trinity Christians in the first half 29-0. Saints went on a 14-0 run in which they hit 5 consecutive three-pointers, not all of them during the 14-0 run, but a couple of them sprinkled in there, and that run continued and kept getting bigger and bigger even as Trinity finally got back on the scoreboard. St. Francis outscored the Trolls 44-20 over the last 10-plus minutes of the first half. They got some big contributions up and down the lineup. Malik Bailey leads the way so far with 10 points on 5 of 10 shooting, but Ting, Gamazel, and Cherry have 8 points each. Meanwhile, Trinity's followed the exact opposite plan, where everyone on St. Francis who has played today has scored. For Trinity, only 4 players have, and 36 of their 39 points have come from 3 guys. 14 for James Pennington and TJ Lacey. DeAndre DeYoung has 8. And then aside from an Eric Cohn 3-ball, nobody else has scored. Not too many other people have really shot the ball. Saints have outshot the Trolls so far 58% to 41%. St. Francis 64% on 3-pointers. Don't expect those numbers to continue in the second half, so the defense will have to step up as well. But St. Francis will try to keep the offense as hot as it's been for as long as they can as they start the second half with the ball. Lewis Holy mishandled the ball, and he misses on the reverse layup. It was a good pass inside to him. If he had a clean grip, he would have had an easy layup, but kind of juggled a little bit, and that cost him. Here he gets the rebound on the missed shot from Trinity. Arnold Agard works the other way. He passes out to Joey Bajimi, given up to Eric Ting. Ting drives down the middle. Ting shovels it off to Lewis Holy at the last instant, but a foul is called. Saints probably a little bit annoyed by that foul because that was a perfect pass from Ting to Holy, setting up a wide open layup. And instead of the 2 points on the layup, though, well, inbounded from the baseline. Arnold Agard gets it into Malik Bailey. Up top to Eric Ting. 20 on the shot clock. Ting outside for 3. Got it. That all worked out for the best. 3 points instead of 2. Eric Ting now 3 of 3 from the outside. He's got 11 for the game. Pennington is hammered as he tries to split a couple of defenders and get to the basket. He's going to the free throw line. Foul is the first on St. Francis, and it goes against Malik Bailey. That's his second. The lead right now is 20 for St. Francis. This is tied for their biggest lead of the game. James Pennington will try to cut it down to 18. He's at 19 so far. 59-40. One more free throw here for Pennington, who's perfect from the line so far today. He's now 4 of 4. It is an 18-point game. Arnold Agard handles the basketball for St. Francis. Over to Eric Ting on the right side to a cutting Joey Bajimi. One bounce, layup is blocked, but a foul called on Eric Cohn. Third foul on Eric Cohn. Joey Bajimi goes to the free throw line. He's 2 for 2 there today. That's where both of his points have come from. Now he tries to add a few more. His first shot is good. Makes them both. 61-41, it's back to a 20-point game. Fouls have been abundant in the first minute of the second half. This time DeAndre DeYoung spins in the lane, misses the runner. Lewis Holy grabbed the rebound, gave it off to Eric Ting, who nearly lost the ball. Got it back, his layup misses. Rebound Arnold Agard. Agard pulls it back outside. The Saints will set things up here. Nifty move down low for Eric Ting as he faked the behind-the-back pass. Could not turn it into 2 points on the layup, though. Agard outside to Ting. Eric Ting gets the screen from Lewis Holy. Passes off to Agard. He tries a 3 at the buzzer, in and out. Rebounded by Trinity. Here comes Pennington. Hand off to TJ Lacey. He had 14 points in the first half. Cohn back to Pennington. Step back 3 for Pennington. Short. Rebounded by Lewis Holy. Here comes Eric Ting. Ting slows it down, waits for Lewis Holy to get back in position. Now bounces to Holy, just inside the three-point line. Holy trying to find Malik Bailey on the cut. DeAndre DeYoung deflected it out of bounds with 16 seconds to shoot. Sub for Trinity Christian. Jerry Keys is in for Vince Overway. Arnold Agard for the Fighting Saints. Takes it around the perimeter. Gives it way out top to Eric Ting. Ting gets the screen from Holy. Drives the lane, flips it outside to Malik Bailey. Bailey along the baseline. Layup is good. That's 12 for Malik Bailey. He is back in the lead for his team's scoring today. Eric Ting just a shade behind him at 11. Cone looks to his left, passes right to James Pennington. Pennington pulls up from the right elbow. His jumper misses short. Rebound fought for and won by Lewis Holy. Holy's got a couple of rebounds so far in the second half. He had managed just one in the first. Eric Ting lets loose a three, no good. Malik Bailey wins the rebound. First time that Ting has missed from three-point range today. And it does not hurt the Saints as they get the ball right back. Just over 3 minutes gone in the second half. Eric Ting walks it to the right side. 7 on the shot clock. Bailey over to Agard on the left. Agard starts his drive. Loses the handle on the ball. It's picked up by James Pennington. Pennington steps over his teammate, TJ Lacey. 4 on 5 as they come the other way. And now Lacey does get back and joins the team on offense. Pennington gives it to Lacey. Lacey back to Pennington in the corner. He takes a step in, out to Lacey. Eric Cone from three-point range gives it up to Lacey. He fires the three and connects. Timeout called by Trinity Christian with 16:19 to play in the second half. 63-44 St. Francis. TJ Lacey just hit another three-pointer. He's got 17. So he and James Pennington have continued to be the main contributors for Trinity Christian today. Those two guys have combined on 33 of the team's 44 points. And I like when you get the easy math to tell you exactly how much that is. That's 75% of the team's scoring today coming from just two guys. DeAndre DeYoung has done his part as well. He has scored 8 points today. DeYoung, a 9.5 point per game scorer. Lacey and Pennington typically have been their team's leading scorers this year, but both of them are already above their season averages already. Again, DeYoung is right there as well, but you get beyond that, it's been slim pickings. Eric Cone hit 1 three-pointer in the first half, and that is it. Nobody else has scored. The rest of the team not shooting very well either. As a unit, Trinity Christian is at just 38% overall, but you take out those big guys, it's even lower than that. Pennington hasn't shot the ball that well, but he has shot it consistently and been able to put up a big points total as a result. If you take away those two guys, Pennington and Lacey, the rest of the team today is 4 for 9. Check that, 4 for 19. That makes more sense. 4 for 19, the rest of the team. So just hasn't been a lot there. Just over 20% Saints ball out of the timeout. It's Eric Ting. Ting picked up by Noah Andrinja in for the first time. Malik Bailey tries the spin pass. Didn't go as well as he hoped, but somehow it's tipped out to Eric Ting. Possession still alive for the Saints. Step back jumper for Bailey goes down. A 2-point shot. An impressive shot from Malik Bailey. 14 points now for the senior guard. 21-point lead for St. Francis. Here's Jerry Keys passing off to the left side. TJ Lacey for 3. Lacey hits another one. The one real bright spot for Trinity Christian offensively today continues to be bright as that long pass is nearly knocked away. Bailey keeps it in St. Francis' possession and gives it to Eric Ting. TJ Lacey is now 3 of 3 from three-point range. Malik Bailey gets a screen going to the left side. Now another one cutting back to the right. Over to Joey Bajimi on the left side. He takes a three-pointer and draws the foul. Pennington caught a little bit out of position there, and Bajimi, not a big three-point shooter, recognized that Pennington wasn't in good shape to stop him there and drew the foul, getting himself to the line for 3 shots. He's 4 of 4 from the free throw line today. He's got 4 points. First shot here is good. 2 more coming. Bujimi only had 12 free throw attempts all season coming into today. As the second one rims out. He'll have 7 by the end of this possession. Mitch Quasigro and Cole Misick come in for Lewis Holy and Eric Ting. 1 more shot. That's good. So he's 6 of 7 from the line. That's where all 6 of his points have come from. 67-47 Saints. Just over 15 minutes to play in the second half. And Dringa had the ball knocked out of his hands. He gets it back and throws off to his left for TJ Lacey. Up top to DeYoung. DeYoung fires it down low where Keys is fouled. Jerry Keys bumped in the back by Joey Bujimi. That's a foul on him. Team's second. It's his first. And Dringa to inbound. In for TJ Lacey. He's undercut by Arnold Agard. Not a great foul there on Agard. Back-to-back infractions against St. Francis. 3 fouls on both teams for the half. Second on Agard. TJ Lacey. Inside for Jerry Keys. Keys works against Quasigro. His fadeaway is good. Finally some offense from somebody else. Jerry Keys has his first 2. He becomes just the 5th player to score for Trinity today. Deep 3 from Malik Bailey. That's short. Bailey tries to track down his own rebound and only succeeds in knocking it out of bounds. Good effort. But the Saints do not get another chance on this possession. Here's James Pennington passing off to his right. This is Andringa. To DeYoung. DeYoung looking down low. No positioning for Jerry Keys. So DeYoung holds it. Now passes to Pennington. Bounce down low for TJ Lacey. Lacey backs it on Misick. Draws the foul and scores. TJ Lacey is having a great game today for Trinity Christian. This side still trails by 16, but he's up to 22 points on 8 of 10 shooting. And a chance to add another from the line. Josh Cherry and Jarrett Gamazel are back in for the Fighting Saints. Both guys provided big sparks off the bench in the first half. Free throw misses, offensive rebound. So now they have a chance to turn it into a 4 or a 5-point possession as Lacey drives, misses, and draws another foul. Looked like he was going in to try for the dunk. Got his arm clipped. 3rd foul on Malik Bailey. TJ Lacey missed his free throw just a moment ago, and now he's turned that into 2 attempts. 2 of 3 from the line for the day. This time 2 shots for Lacey, not just 1. 5th foul on St. Francis. Lacey makes the first. 5 straight points scored by Trinity Christian. Lacey's now got a game-high 23. There's another. 67-53. Trolls are trying to make a game out of this as Gamazel blows by Andringa. Makes it all the way to the lane. Misses on the runner. Rebound to Josh Cherry. Out to Quasigro, who resets it to Misick. Now Cherry on the left side. Drives and kicks. Misick for 3. Short. And it's rebounded by Pennington. He pushes it ahead for DeYoung. DeAndre DeYoung has a layup. Timeout called by Ryan Marks. His team's lead, which had been as big as 22, is now down to 12. So a 30-second timeout called by St. Francis. 67-55 is our score, and all of a sudden Trinity is shooting the ball, and the Saints really are not. St. Francis 7 of 11 on 3-pointers in the first half. Have made just 1 of 4 here in the second half. Granted, some of those have not been very smart looks, and that's part of the problem right now. They're not shooting the ball as well as they were in the first half because they're not taking as smart shots. 22 of 38 overall from the field in the first half. So far in the second, they've gone 3 for 10. Still above 50% for the game. That shows just how good they were in the first half. They could go 3 of 10 And they're still above 50%, but I said it at halftime, those percentages were not likely to stay where they were. It would have been a very difficult trick to pull off. Trying to weather the storm right now as Trinity's made a run. Malik Bailey on the left side gets the pass from Jared Gamazel, and he sends it up top to Cole Mysick. Now Gamazel again on the right wing, gets the screen from Quasigrove, kicked out to Quasigrove, fakes right, drives left, backing in, turnaround jumper is short, rebounded by Trinity. Saints just 3 of 11 shooting in the second half. Bounce to the corner for TJ Lacey. Lacey has been a hot shooter. He gives it up for Keys, and Keys lays it in. Just a 10-point game now. Still a good lead for St. Francis, but when it was 22, 10 all of a sudden doesn't feel quite so comfortable. Gamazel bounces over to Bailey. Bailey inside for Quasigrove, and he's fouled. A hand in the back from Jerry Keys, and Mitch Quasigrove draws the contact. So the foul on Jerry Keys is his third. It's the team's fourth. Jared Gamazel will inbound. Correction, that was the fourth foul on Jerry Keys. So he checks out. 4 fouls on him. With 13 minutes still to play in the game, we may not see him for a while. Mysick for 3, no good, but he's fouled. TJ Lacey doesn't like it. He said Mysick kicked out his leg. But Cole Mysick is going to the free throw line for 3 shots, and free throws right now are the one thing keeping St. Francis in control of this game, because they are not shooting the ball well from the field right now. Free throw line's been a different story as Mysick makes the first. On the game, Fighting Saints are 10 of 12 on free throws. And this is the second time that they've had a 3-shot foul. Bujimi made 2 of his 3 a few moments ago, and now Cole Mysick's made 2 of 2. One more chance. And there's all 3 for Mysick. Cole Mysick up to 7 points for the Saints. The lead is back to 13. 8 points rather for Mysick. TJ Lacey drives, reverse layup, no. Tip from DeYoung, misses, and the rebound is tapped to Josh Cherry. Big stop there for St. Francis. Their 22-point lead was cut to 12, or rather to 10. They could make it 15 or 16 here. Mysick wants 16. Misses on the 3, though. Andringa comes down with the rebound. Noah Andringa loses control of it, trying to get it to the outside. Pass is taken away by Mysick. Here's Jared Gamazel faking a 3, driving the baseline. His layup misses. Rebound is loose, a tie-up on the floor, and somehow Noah Andringa comes away with it before the whistle was blown. Here comes Vince Overway on the charge the other direction. Overway creates contact, no call, well short on his shot from inside. Saints come away with it. Cole Mysick drives, still working quickly, out to Gamazel. Gamazel into the corner for Mysick. Mysick takes the 3, and he's fouled again. Second time in the last couple of minutes that Cole Mysick has been fouled shooting a 3, and for the third time in this second half, St. Francis has a 3-shot foul. Mysick is not the guy you want to foul if you're Trinity Christian. 81% shooter for the year. Again, there's really not anybody you want to foul on this team. They lead the nation in free throw shooting, and only getting better today. Mysick makes the first. St. Francis now 13 of 15 from the line in the game. 14 of 16. And they are at, right now, +5 on the free throw line over Trinity. Mysick makes all 3. So Cole Mysick's in double figures now. He's hit 6 of 6 free throws. 11 points for him. Lacey inside for Overway. Turnaround jumper is good for Vince Overway. He gets his first 2 points after he had been 0 of 5 shooting. Here comes Carlos Tobias the other way, out to Mitch Quasigrove. He fakes, drives, kicks. Jared Gamazel fakes the 3-pointer. Back to Quasigrove. This time he takes the 3 and hits it. 3-pointers have not been going at the same rate they were in the first half, but Quasigrove knocks one down. He's got 8 points, 2 from the outside, 2 3-pointers that is. 76-59 with the clock running down close to 11 minutes. Noah Andringa inside for Pennington, whose layup misses. Put back, no, but a foul. James Pennington on his second effort is hit by Mitch Quasigrove, who's whistled for his first foul. And Pennington is at the free throw line. First foul shot is good. He's got 17 points in the game. Pennington pulls the Trolls within 16. Still a good lead for St. Francis. They were up by 17 at the half. Built it to as many as 22 early in the second half. Pennington brings it back to 15 points, 76-61. Here's Jared Gamazel getting a good screen from Quasigro and making it across half court. Pass back to Quasigro, another three-point attempt. Misses this one, it's rebounded by Pennington. Here come the Trolls, Pennington to Andringa. Andringa down low for Pennington, guarded by Carlos Tobias, backing in. Pennington turns to face the basket, somehow holds his pivot foot, does not get the roll though on the shot. Saints get the rebound, it's Gamazel racing and getting bumped by Andringa. Foul on Noah Andringa will send Jared Gamazel to the free throw line as it puts St. Francis in the bonus. 1-1 for Gamazel. He hits the front end, one more coming. Jared Gamazel, another guy who's a very good free throw shooter. Hasn't gotten very many attempts this year, but he's made them all. 4 for 4 on the season. 78-61. Andringa to DeYoung at the free throw line. DeAndre DeYoung drives on Quasigro, fights it up off the glass, no good. Cherry comes down with the rebound and he's chipped by Pennington. And now I believe we've got a technical foul as well. There was some anger on Trinity's side that no foul was called on DeAndre DeYoung's drive. After Cherry came down with the board, Cherry was immediately tripped up. And so the Saints will get a technical foul shot, 2 of them in fact, and then Josh Cherry will get the 1-1. Not sure who the technical was against. Was it against Jason Hawkins or one of the players? DeYoung was called for the personal foul, I believe, but technical, I'm not sure. Gamazel's going to take these shots. Again, he hasn't missed yet this year in limited opportunities. And he doesn't miss this one either. So he scored 3 in a row from the line. And he makes another one. 80-61 is our score, and now it should be Josh Cherry shooting. Gamazel's still on the line. Cherry was the one who was fouled, so Gamazel took the technical shots, but now they're giving Gamazel the 1-1 as well. Maybe I missed who that foul was called against. Maybe it was against Gamazel in the first place. He makes another. Jared Gamazel had only taken 2 free throws all year, and in the last 30 seconds of this game, he's taken 6 of them. James Pennington is as confused as I am, as Gamazel does make the second free throw. He's holding up 2 hands to indicate number 10. That it should have been Josh Cherry shooting free throws. We both thought that that foul went on Cherry, but apparently I missed it. It was somewhere else on the floor. The foul is called on Gamazel this time. And that's the 7th against the Fighting Saints. So the Trolls get to go to the free throw line. 82-61 our score. St. Francis's last 6 points have all come from Jared Gamazel from the free throw line. Now Noah Andringa gets a turn from the stripe. 1-1, and he makes the first. Like Gamazel, Andringa had only taken 2 free throws all year coming in. He's 2 of 3 now. And he makes the second. It's become a battle of free throws here as we approach the halfway point of this second half. Jared Gamazel gets the screen. He's across half court. Gamazel all the way to the hoop. Layup, no. Rebound goes to Andringa. Andringa has the ball stripped away. It's taken by Josh Cherry. 2-on-1. Ahead for Gamazel. He steps outside the arc. 3-point attempt. Gamazel is short. Rebound knocked all the way back towards half court. Chased down by DeAndre DeYoung. DeYoung stripped by Tobias. It goes out of bounds. It stays with Trinity, but no foul. Impressive defensive play. Saints got back on that one quickly. It was Tobias who was able to knock it loose. Inbounds play goes to Pennington. Outside Lacey, back to DeYoung. Three-pointer no good. Rebound Josh Cherry. Here's Cole Misek to Carlos Tobias. Tobias slows it down, surveys the situation, and bounces to Mitch Quasigrove. Back to Tobias, fakes the three. Now gets the screen and steps into a three-pointer. This one goes. Carlos Tobias knocks down his second three-pointer of the game. 6 points. Just incredibly balanced scoring for St. Francis today. Everybody who has played has contributed on the offensive end. This is Narelle Lacey passing into the corner for Pennington. Outside, Andringa, three ball, off the mark, rebounded by Cherry. Josh Cherry's had a very nice game. He's starting to pile up some big statistics. Cole Misek out to Gamazel. Gamazel for a deep three. It's short. Rebound tipped over to Noah Andringa. Gamazel deflects the ball and comes away with a steal. Bouncing it off to Quasigrove. Saints get another takeaway. Here's Cole Misek. Misek weaves his way inside. He stops in the paint, flips it up, and doesn't quite get the roll. Rebound goes to James Pennington. Pennington sitting on 18 points, swings it around into the corner, and around Lacey misses on the three. Gamazel grabs the rebound, and now he slows things down with 8:20 on the clock. We've been at a breakneck pace the last couple of minutes. Gamazel gets it to Mitch Quasigrove at the top of the key. Quasigrove guarded by Overway. Bounces to the left side. Overway sticks with him. Quasigrove passes back up top. Outside to Josh Cherry. 5 on the shot clock. Cherry tries a three, and that hits the wire above the backboard, out of bounds off the deflection. Hit off the rim and then bounced up off the wire. Josh Cherry had only attempted 6 threes all year. He misses that one. He's now 2 of 7 on the season. Does have 8 points today. And for Josh Cherry, that's a season high. Jared Gamazel has also set a season high, not a career high, but a season high for Gamazel and for Cherry. And a lot of other guys have put up some good numbers as well, as the timeout is called by Trinity Christian. It's a full timeout. They trail by 22 with 7:56 remaining in the game. St. Francis took out Trinity Christian by 18 the first time they met. Both teams have already scored more in this game than they did in that game. 75-57 was the final score back on November 16th. And the Saints since then have not really played all that well. They had lost 10 of 12 games coming into today. But they got going with their shots in the first half, and they've slowed down some in the second half with their shooting, but their scoring is still way up. It's been just what the doctor ordered today for a Fighting Saints team that has been struggling. After today, the Saints go on the road for a couple. They're at Indiana South Bend and Indiana Northwest. A couple of teams right in the middle of the pack in the CCAC. It's not too late for St. Francis to make a run and get into this conference tournament, but they've got to hold on here, and those next 2 games in Indiana will both be huge. Trinity Christian basketball coming out of the timeout. They've got to go the length of the floor. James Pennington across half court, passes over to Keys. Keys playing with 4 fouls. Here's the freshman Eric Cohn, passing to another freshman, Narelle Lacey, now inside for Keys, knocked away by Tobias. And Malik Bailey tracks down the loose ball. Bailey ahead for Lewis Holy, whose layup is blocked by Cohn, but a foul is called on Eric Cohn. Lewis Holy is going to the free throw line. Double bonus now for the Fighting Saints. Those are shooting foul anyway. Holy had 4 points in the first 2 minutes of this game. He's still at 4. But he knocks down that free throw. Holy, another good free throw shooter. Trying to make it 2 in a row. And he does. 6 points for the junior forward Lewis Holy. Transferred in last year from Vermont Technical College. In his second season with the Fighting Saints. Narelle Lacey over to TJ Lacey. Lacey drives and kicks. Pennington Fakes out Tobias, drives and lays it in. Nice fake and a fine drive by James Pennington. He's got 20 points. Joey Bajimi, nice crossover to get around Pennington. Works his way back outside and passes to Carlos Tobias. Under 7 to play in the game. Arnold Agard. Off to Joey Bajimi with under 10 on the shot clock. Malik Bailey gets the screen from Holy, walking to the right, crosses back over. Into the corner for Tobias. Three-pointer is good. Carlos Tobias has been hitting on everything from the outside. He's got 9 points. 3 of 3 shooting the 3-ball. Pennington up top to Norrell Lacey. Back to Pennington. Bounce down low to TJ Lacey. Lacey backs in. Now turnaround jumper. A little too strong off the rim. Offensive rebound Pennington. Bounced back to Lacey. TJ Lacey is bumped going up for the shot. 90-65. A 25-point lead for St. Francis. Their biggest of the game. Trinity's got 2 free throws coming their way. It's TJ Lacey taking 2 shots. Lacey's got a game high 24 points. First free throw misses. Saints leader has 14 points today. That's Malik Bailey and Jarrett Gamazel. They played different games. Trinity's been carried by 2 players. The Saints have spread it around much more effectively. Second free throw falls, 1 of 2. Let's make it 90-66. Here's Arnold Agard bouncing over to Carlos Tobias. Back up to Joey Bajimi, swung around to the left side. Agard to Bailey. Bailey has an open 3 and he hits. He was deep, but James Pennington fell down. And so Bailey for an instant was left all alone. And he capitalized on that. 93-66, a 27-point lead. Eric Cohn drives the right side. He throws it off the backboard, no good. Battles for his own rebound, wins it, but misses his second opportunity. And this time Malik Bailey comes down with the board. Here comes Arnold Agard into the corner for Tobias. Tobias drives the baseline. His layup is good. Carlos Tobias has 11 points. He becomes the 3rd of the Fighting Saints to reach double figures. Here's Eric Cohn, lobs it down low for Pennington, and Pennington is able to float it over the outstretched arm of Lewis Holy for 2 more points. He's got 22. Here's Agard. Arnold Agard down the lane. Fighting with Norrell Lacey, and he draws the foul. Lacey commits the foul on Agard, and 2 free throws coming up for Arnold Agard, sitting on 3 points so far today. He can add 2 more right here. Agard hits on the first free throw. Saints bring Tyler Irvin and Jordan Thornton into the game. First time we've seen Jordan Thornton today. He's kind of fallen out of the rotation after he had been their leading scorer for the first month of the season. Agard's second free throw is good. The Saints continue to be dominant from the free throw line. They've not shot the ball nearly as well in the second half as they did in the first, but they're just pouring them on from the line. Here's Pennington working against the freshman Tyler Irvin, and he forces it in. Nice shot by James Pennington. 24 points for him. Arnold Agard on the right side of the floor. Passes over to Jordan Thornton, getting his first touch of the game. Now up top, Joey Bajimi. To Arnold Agard on the left. Carlos Tobias tries for 3, and he hits. Carlos Tobias, 14 points now. He gets the team to the century mark for the 2nd time this year. Season high in points is 106 as the layup misses from Keys. Rebound for Bajimi. Here comes Jordan Thornton. Thornton kicks it into the corner for Tobias. Tobias drives, kicks. Bajimi for 3. No good. Rebound Tobias. He gets it outside to Jordan Thornton. Now Arnold Agard on the right side. Agard sets everybody up with 10 to shoot. Gets a screen from Irvin to the right side. Now spins in the lane, loses the ball. Picked off by Jerry Keys. Keys has it poked out from behind by Joey Bajimi and out of bounds. Trinity basketball as the Saints clear their bench. Trinity Christian calls timeout. We'll get those Saints substitutions when they come out of the break. 3:47 to go. It's a clean 30-point lead for St. Francis, 100-70. It's the second time this year they've hit 100 in a game. Both times have come at home. They defeated Cardinal Stritch 106-84 back on December 18th, 1 month ago today. Since then, though, just 1-6 over their last 7 games, with that win coming on the road at Calumet St. Joseph on January 4th. So entering play today, Saints had lost back-to-back home games, and they're looking to end that streak today. Looks like they will. Ryan Marks has already started to go to his bench to pull all the starters for the game. It seems like they're going to be on cruise control the rest of the way. Try to make sure they get through this one cleanly and without any incident. Saints put up 56 points in the first half on 22 of 38 shooting. Here in the second half, they've only connected on 9 field goals. They're 9 for 26 shooting the basketball in the second half, but the amazing thing is that they've gone 20 for 21 from the free throw line in the second half, and that's why they've been able to keep piling on these points even while they have not shot the ball nearly as well. Another positive number for you. They've only turned the ball over 5 times all game. Off the inbounds play, a drive from TJ Lacey. He misses the layup, and the rebound goes to Josh Cherry. Jordan Thornton for the Fighting Saints. Over to Tyler Irvin. Irvin holds it and passes into the corner. Aaron Mahalik looking around, finally finds Thornton with 7 to shoot. Thornton drives, the runner off the glass is good. Good to see Jordan Thornton back on the scoreboard. Thornton, Mahalik, Cherry, Irvin, and Quinn Schneiders are on the floor. Those are your 5 for St. Francis right now. Trinity is sticking with their starters for now as TJ Lacey hoists one up from 3-point range and hits. TJ Lacey has 28 points. He and James Pennington have combined for 52. Thornton again going all the way down the floor, and he misses on the layup high off the backboard. Taking it the other way, Pennington throws it to Lacey on the floor, who gets it right back to Pennington. As Pennington was throwing that ball, now Pennington takes the three-pointer and misses. Lacey gets the rebound and lays it in. Amazing that they were able to keep that possession alive. Pennington was throwing it to Lacey, and as he threw the pass, Lacey tripped and fell. So by the time the ball reached him, he was lying on his back. But somehow he caught the ball and threw it back to Pennington without moving for a travel. That was impressive. They're able to get 2 out of it, and Lacey's now got 30 for the game. Schneiders steps into a three-pointer. No good, and the rebound goes to Trinity Christian. TJ Lacey flying down the floor, kicked into the corner. Eric Cohn for 3, no good. Rebound tipped around into the hands of Schneiders. Off to the right side, Schneiders steps back, fires across court to Aaron Mahalik. Mahalik thought about the 3. TJ Lacey closed in a little bit too fast. So now the Saints will eat some time. Minute 45 to go in the game. Schneiders gets the screen from Tyler Irvin. Another 3-point attempt, misses short. And the rebound goes to DeAndre DeYoung. DeYoung gives it back to TJ Lacey. He tries a 3. No good this time, and it is knocked out of bounds by Jerry Keys. Minute 29 to play, and now the Trolls do clear their bench. Jason Hawkins waves the white flag, down 27 with 89 seconds to play. Let's see what we got here. Pat Bray is back in, along with Noah Andringa, Narelle Lacey, and Vince Overway, who started, is back in the game. He has had a tough go of it today. Tyler Irvin back to Jordan Thornton, all alone from 3-point range. Thornton hits. Last 5 points for St. Francis have all come from Jordan Thornton. It's a 24-point lead. Sorry, make that a 27-point lead now after the 3. In response, Pat Bray misses for 3. Rebound saved from going out of bounds by Keys, keeps it alive for Trinity. And Andringa has the ball poked out from behind by Schneiders. It deflected off the face of Tyler Irvin. And now Mahalik trying to get to the basket. A held ball is called. Possession arrow goes the other way. Good block. Mahalik wanted a foul, but got the tie up instead. 47 seconds to play, and this will probably be Trinity Christian's last possession. Pat Bray over to Vince Overway. Jerry Keys at the top of the key. Guarded by Schneiders. Kicked out to Bray around the screen to the top. Poked away for a moment, got it right back. Now Bray drives from the right side. Layup, no. Rebound, Schneiders. Schneiders fires it down the floor for Irvin, and Irvin slows it down. He gives it to Cherry. Cherry's layup misses. Ryan Marks was telling them just to dribble it out. They went for it instead, missed on the layup. On the other end, Bray is able to connect on a layup with 9.6 on the clock, so that should do it. 105-77 our score, and that's how this game will wrap up. Jordan Thornton does fire a three. That three-pointer does not go down. 105-77, our final score, a 28-point victory for St. Francis. Very impressively done. They trailed 19-12 back in the first half, went on a 14-0 run, and from that point on, this game belonged to the Fighting Saints. And statistically speaking, nobody on St. Francis put up a big offensive game. That's because they spread the ball around. Everybody had a big showing today for St. Francis. 17 points for Malik Bailey, 14 for Jarek Kamazel. Carlos Tavares, 14 points on 5 of 5 shooting, 11 apiece for Eric Ting and Cole Mysick. So the Saints had 5 different players in double figures. Mitch Quasigro and Josh Cherry both finished with 8. Leaders for Trinity Christian, 30 points for TJ Lacey, 24 for James Pennington, who also had 12 rebounds. Our final totals from today: St. Francis 47% shooting. Trinity Christian shot 38% from the field. Two teams combined on just 14 turnovers. 8 of them for Trinity, 6 for St. Francis. The Fighting Saints are able to snap their losing streak. They had dropped their last 3 in a row, pick up their first victory today in 2 weeks. So that's got to feel good as they improve to 5-8 in conference play this year. Now 7-12 overall on the season. Trinity falls to 1-10 in conference. They are 5-13 so far this year. Next up for St. Francis, 2 on the road. They are at Indiana South Bend, 6:30 Central Time on Wednesday. Their next home game, Wednesday the 29th, 7 o'clock showtime against Robert Morris. Again, our final score today, 105-77. St. Francis, the men and the women, complete the doubleheader sweep over the Trinity Christian Trolls. It's been a fun day of basketball here in Joliet, but time to wrap things up. Saints win this one by 28. Until next time, this is Terry Bonadonna signing off for the University of St. Francis. Good night, all.